Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Shadow Obstagoon in the Open Great League, I want to say, but no, it's a Great League Remix Cup. In the Great League Remix Cup, this Pokemon honestly has quite a bit of play. The reason for this is that, there are quite a lot of Ghost, Dark and Normal type Pokemon currently around, and guess which Pokemon completely breaks all of them? Welcome Obstagoon. Like, we already have one Pokemon on the team that really doesn't want to face Obstagoon, which is going to be our, Ferret, as our say-so. And here we're going to see the matchup against the Grumpig. It's a bit more annoying here, of course. The pacing is a bit different nowadays on the Obstagoon, which makes stuff a little bit more difficult sometimes. But here we're going to get the boost. What we're going to do here, of course, we just have to shield, farm them down, have boost and energy up for the next matchup. And this is the thing for Obstagoon. Here we are going to be able to now, oh, look up, going against the Lostheart. What do they want to do? Boosted Obstagoon, going for a cross chop, getting the shield. Going for the swap here for a Sludge, getting hopefully the shield as well, baiting a potential Ice Beam. They don't, this time around they don't allow me that one, but look what they have in the back. They're going to have the Jellicent in the back. Look at our team, look at Jellicent. The backline completely awards Jellicent here, especially the Ferret, and so I'm still going to have the perfect alignment. I'm going to have Ferret against Jellicent. I'm going to be able to get the Obstagoon against the opponent's Lostheart, and with that, this game is over. This first game is over quite fast here. You can't even swap out here because at the current point, the Obstagoon is at a range where one Swift is going to be enough. So when they swap out here, they have to take a Swift. They're going to go down, and Ferret is going to be able to clean up this battle after the Obstagoon boost. Even though we were 2 shields down, it didn't really matter, did it? Yeah, that's the thing as well. Again, here we're going to have another Ghost type. We have the say-up usually of the Ferret, but in this case it is better to go into the Obstagoon. Why? Because they have Dynamic Punch, and so Ferret is the better answer to the Dusknoir, especially because of Sucker Punch as a fast move. And so it's better for us to just go into the Obstagoon. I don't know why I used the shield here. I wanted to realign. I wanted to guarantee a realign, which I am not going to go for anyway. Oh no, I can because the Rage is going to be double resisted. So yeah, I am able to realign myself, which is going to be great. I'm going to get out the Fairy type, which, by the way, is very important to get out because we want to have this against the Swallowed, and all of a sudden, our matchup is completely flipped. We're going to have the perfect alignment again, thanks to Obstagoon, which is kind of hilarious. Obstagoon were able to here destroy the opponent's Primeape. And now we're going to have here the Clefable against our Poison type Pokemon. We're going to have the Dusknoir against our normal move here with also, of course, the Sucker Punch as a fast move there, which is going to be great for us. And we still have a shield. Well, yes, they're going to be able to go for some Dynamic Punches. I still should be able to go for a Trailblaze as well. But also, I still should be even able to survive a Dynamic Punch as well. I feel like this would have not even had the energy here yet for the Dynamic Punch, but what we're gonna be able to do is we're just gonna go for the Trailblaze. They're gonna shield anyway, but look at the damage that they're at already. Like, literally, I know their Survivor Dynamic Punch is only single super effective, which, for example, Obstagoon would have never survived that, and we're going to be able to move on now to the next opponent. Because running Growlurk, and again, we have a similar play here because our fast move is actually not ideal. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my Obstagoon instead. Which has at least Night Slash, still going to be able to get the shield, and we should be able to just let the move go. If it's Shadow Punch, it doesn't knock us out, just waste their energy. They just want to waste their energy. And sadly, I'm missing out just barely on the move, but I'm at least going to be able to align myself now. It's going to be Moltres against our Swallowed. And I was thinking about different kind of Pokemon in the lead for this team as well. Like, there were different kind of poison types which I was going through, but Swallowed was the kind of one that I ended up on, also mainly because of the ice type coverage that we have here on the Ice Beam. I should have got the move off there, by the way, but I think the game just lagged. I want to swap out and keep the move on my Pokemon, but the game just lagged, and that is going to be very impactful, because I think I would have won most likely otherwise here, because we either got the knockout there against the Moltres, or we would have been able to get the shield advantage there. That is really unfortunate. I would have knocked out the Moltres there, I would have not even got to a move against our Ferret. Like, that is really annoying, because yeah, that is going to impact the battle quite a bit, and now we have no chance because they can go for Hydro Cannon here, and yeah, that is a good game. Sometimes it just happens. We're gonna see here at least Lostheart against us in the lead. That's fine, we have Ice Beam, And they're gonna swap out into the Corsola. Welcome in Ferret. Ferret going to do some nice super effective fast move pressure, double resisting the fast move. Yes, we triple resist the fast move and Astonish on our Obstagoon, but here we have more pressure and we're gonna even be able to build up more pressure thanks to Trailblaze plus the Sucker Punch. And yes, we can still take a hit while getting to 2 charge moves most likely against the opponent's Guzzlord, which is absolutely amazing. Yes, they got us low, but we have +1, we have energy. We're gonna see the Guzzlord coming in now. We have to use a shield here, though I think it's worth using the shield because we're gonna get guaranteed a ton of damage onto them. We have 2 Swifts here that are boosted and stab. It was worth it to use a shield. Like, you can't tell me not to, because look at this. We have so much damage onto the opponent now. We're going to be able to go for another hit here as well. Swifts coming through and we can counter them down. But look at this, they're going to have the Dusknoir on the back, and that's going to be a bit of an issue. Luckily, they're running Astonish. Why is that so important? They generate energy less frequent here with Astonish compared to what they would have with the Hex. And so the issue here now, though, is that they might be able to farm us down here, but luckily we still have Ice Beam, which is going to be a move that is going to allow us to do some neutral damage against the opponent and put them into sludge range, and that is going to be very nice, because I think they're still going to be forced to go for another charge move against us. Otherwise, we would be able to knock them out, but they swap out into the Guzzlord, and I let them knock us out because I know I need more energy on my Obstagoon. I have to let the move go through here as well, but I make a bit of a mistake. I should have not went for any fast move because I still would have got a move here, but as you're gonna see, I'm going to be able to get to another charge move, knock them out with a Night Slash, win the battle again with our Obstagoon. And here we're going to face a tricky lead. We see that they're going to have the fast move of Shadow Claw though, which is going to be resisted on our Ferret, and of course also triple resisted on our Obstagoon. So as long as we can kind of realign, we're going to be fine, but I'm kind of doubtful that it's going to happen here because we're going to encounter the Galarian Moltres, a Pokemon that is going to be able to do some neutral damage with a fast move while resisting our fast move, which is a smart play by them. Yeah, they are going to go for a charge move here as well. I could shield and try to go for a charge move as well. I don't. Ancient Power coming through. And we should just go into our Swallow because at this point, I go into the Obstagoon. That's a bit risky, but it works out. We can knock them out. That's fine. In comes Altaria. Yeah, that is basically game, I think. Like, what are we supposed to do here? We're going to have now... Sludge is, by the way, the better move here for us to go for. Why? Because Sludge is going to be double resisted, and the other move, Ice Beam, is also double resisted. This is going to be cheaper, as well as going to be stab move. So yeah, that's cool. We're going to be able to use a shield here, and my hope is that I can somehow end up with more energy out of this matchup. They're very likely gonna let the move go because they're gonna put everything onto the Altaria. We have Ice Beam still stored for this one, and they're gonna even keep their Sand Slash alive, which is definitely a big problem. As you will see here, Sludge is coming through, is going to be able to get the shield, and we can go for another Sludge here, trying to get another shield from the opponent if they fear here the Ice Beam, which they do. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to catch the move on the Obstagoon. Was it the right choice? Not too sure, but you know what's always kind of the funny thing about Obstagoon? You always have that one potential chance to flip a matchup completely thanks to a 12.5% chance. And this is going to happen here right now, as this Night Slash is going to put them into farm down range, which never would have been the case before, and we win a battle that we very likely would have lost otherwise. And so I think we are 5 wins in already. Like, this team worked out really, really well for me. Here we're getting hardwalled. There's nothing really I can talk about here or do about this. I think it was just in the lead here. I should most likely went into Obstagoon. Like, that's the thing. I think if we face a Ghost type in the lead, we should most likely go into Obstagoon instead of the Ferret. Just because Ferret is going to have a better matchup. And here, yeah, it's just... I was hoping I would still survive this. I don't. And... yeah, here we are going to be able to get some nice energy, right? They go for another Night Slash, and they do go ahead and... yeah, not get the boost, which is good for us, but we can go for such, but we're still in such a bad spot. I should have most likely played a bit differently. If I went ahead and went into my Obstagoon instead, I would have actually had a very nice neutral matchup against the opponent's Pangoro, because Karate Chop is double super effective, but also our fast move is super effective against them and counter does more damage than Karate Chop does, so I maybe would have been able to realign myself, which would have been great, but at the end of the day, there are no real targets for our, Swallow here anyway. And so they're going to reveal that they're going to have the DSB in the back. And my play is here for sure to swap out and try to go for some Ice Beams. But I have to see that I can catch a move or something. I can't catch the move. And now I have to farm them down. But I don't think that's going to work. Like, I am going to be able to get the near full farm down done there. But I still have to catch a move. I still have to get them low. And Night Slash is alone not enough here to knock them. And I catch the move. That's cool. I would have been able to win the CMP tie though, so I think at the end of the day, that was actually a bad play by me. Because I would have been able to just knock them out anyway there. So yeah, Sludge is going to, not knock them out, but like at least get them low enough that the Sludge will have knocked them out. So we still have the Diggersby against us. We have the Obstagoon with a charge move stored. We are in a very weird spot here as the surf is coming through. I go straight for the Night Slash. I get the KO against the opponent's Adjacent, but most likely, can I win the battle actually? I can win the battle. Obstagoon, ridiculous. Like, Obstagoon is ruining battles that they definitely should not win. And now we're going to see a Pidgeot in the lead. I'm going to swap out because we're going to have the lead that is having Mudshot as a fast move. Yes, we have Ice Beam potentially as well, but I think it was better. And look at this, we're going to be able to get out this Clefable. And that's the thing as well. If it's a Ghost type, I guess it's better to swap out into the Obstagoon because we have Counter, which is double resisted, but the typing is good against it. Well, if it's going to be something other that you don't want to really face here, for example, there, a Flying type, it's better to go into Ferret. Ferret is a better safe swap, generally speaking. And as we'll see here as well, Swift is coming through, gonna get them low. I swap out this time around. Why did I swap out? Because I kind of want to keep still the Ferret alive as just kind of a safe swap later, or like a catch basically. And I'm still going to be able to put them down to range where Sludge is going to be enough to kind of force some shields, or at least get them insanely low. And with this, I'm not going to go for the guessing game from the opponent. They go for the Feather Dance. That was great for us. I have to go for a Sludge here still, but I kind of want to keep the shields on the Obstagoon because 2-shield counter is really overpowered. And as you'll see, the opponent has in the back here the Shadow Typhlosion, and 2-shield counter is really overpowered. Yeah, they decided to forfeit here, and we can move on to the next opponent. Ferret coming in. We have the Grumpy coming in here next as well. Here again, we're going to be able to mostly even survive a hit, but also just Sucker Punch is doing fast move pressure, which is kind of cool. So, no real point of going into our other one. And as we see here, we actually let them move. Yeah, we shield the move up there, which is fine. We're going to be able to go for the full farm down. Now we have alignment. We're going to have the Ferret against our Ferret. And we are kind of guaranteed to get a shield back from this opponent Ferret as well if they want to keep alignment there. Because what we can do is we can go for another Swift. And the funny thing, we have a good Ferret's answer as well still in the Obstagoon. So either we're going to get the KO here or we're going to get the shield. They can decide on what they want to give us. I actually don't mind either, like both are fine. We're going to have the alignment and they're going to have a Claydol on the back. That is going to be a very tough one to win. We have a bit of lag there as well. I don't think it really mattered here, but it is going to be a tough one, generally speaking, to win against the opponent's Claydol. They still have 2 shields left, so I have to play that very smart, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to be able to do that. We are going to be debuffed here. I'm going to try to catch a move here. I have the Night Slash stored already. I win the CMP tie later. So as soon as I'm going to be able to hit an Ice Beam, I think I'm fine. They don't have Scorching Sand, they're going to go for the Rock Tomb, and I can reach that Ice Beam in time. I think they're forced to let the move go here, actually, which they are, and with that, we're going to be able to farm them down and win the battle. Like, honestly, Obstagoon, so far, absolutely amazing. Also, absolutely amazing lead for us. They have no chance of realigning here. We can take 2 Night Slashes with ease, and they cannot take 2 Sludges as far as I can see that. And this is also a Pokemon that we cannot face with our backline. And they decide to use a shield here, which is, honestly, I don't really mind this too much. They're never going to be able to win those matchups here, though, because as you see, already does too much damage. And even now, I can catch the Night Slash on the Obstagoon, which is risky. But, of course, now we're going to go for a close combat here. And we're going to bait out the Clefable. That's fine, though. Like, even Ferret would have not liked to play against this Pokemon. I'm still a bit worried about the Pangoro for later on, though. I was hoping they would stay in. So, maybe that was a bit of a mistake, though. Maybe. Because we later have then Pangoro against our Ferret, and so I think I should have just played the matchup out. I think this is a mistake, especially as they get a ton of energy now. I think I failed here. I think this wasn't smart. But we have to see if this actually is the case. Let's see. The opponent's going to let the move go. It's going to be Swift here. We have to kind of farm them down here, and I'm going to have to catch the move, because otherwise, what am I going to do? It's going to be a Swift. It doesn't really do a lot of damage, but they're going to go back into the Pangoro and look at the HP here from the opponent. It's not really into farm down range yet. So I'm forced to go for a charge move, and it's going to be even worse. They're going to get the attack boost here as well. And to be fair, this was all avoidable. Like, at the end of the day, I would have 20,000 times rather had our Ferret against the Clefable than our Ferret against the opponent's boosting Pangoro. Like, literally. This was a very silly play by me. We hopefully can still see what they have in the back. I want to see what they had there. We have the Clefable, so at least we're going to have intel on if we would have won if we played it a bit differently. Are they weak to Obstagoon? They are. I maybe would have won this battle if I played it a bit differently. So yeah, again, my bad. I misplayed this one. I just didn't play this right. But, oh, maybe I can play it right against the opponent here. And oh, look at this Dugong coming in. Oh, look at this, we have Obstagoon. Hi, we don't really worry too much about you. We might have to invest a shield though, because we were a bit slow at swapping. If I'm a bit faster at swapping, I would actually be able to win this without having to invest a single shield. But like this, I most likely just have to shield and farm down. Exactly, because we were just a tiny bit too slow. Like, you have basically 3 turns, 1.5 seconds to swap in order to actually win this without having to shield anything. But I just didn't hit the window. And we are going to encounter now a Pokemon that this team is not designed to deal with. And I don't know why I went for the Night Slash there, so I went for the Cross Chop immediately. But Tinkaton is a bit of an issue for this team. But to be fair, Swalot especially, you can still deal with it. You have the boulders coming through. That's fine. They're gonna get the defense drop though. That's a bit annoying. We can go for the Sludge Spam here. It's gonna do some only single resisted damage, which is kind of cool. And we can take another bulldoze. I'm not too worried about that. It is going to come through here as well, and they're going to swap out back into their Amoonguss. I was keeping my other Pokemon, my Ferret, for this matchup here, because I know that I'm at least going to be able to double resist the fast move pressure here from this thing. And we can use a shield against a potential Grass Knot, which is doing the most amount of damage for this Pokemon. I can overfarm by the perfect amount. I can go for another Swift here, and they're very likely still going to reach another charge move though in time, absolutely. But not another one after this one. And this means we are going to be able to just go ahead, go for the full farm, I want to say, but I swap onto the Tinkatons where we have to go for another charge move here. I have to swap as well because I need to keep the pressure still on with the Ferret, and I can't go for a charge move because I wouldn't be able to reach another one afterwards, and it's just a waste of energy. And so it's down now to Ferret and Sucker Punch. Can we win this battle with a Sucker Punch Ferret? It's going to be close, but we can, and this is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed the Shadow Obstagoon showcase here today, and I will see you then. Bye bye.